Alright guys, we got a video here from Infinite Comparison today. These are things in time that used to be really cool, but now they're really lame, and I'm pretty sure I'll know a thing or two about these ones. Let's have a look. We got bowl cuts, sideburns, bell bottoms, and mullets. Right. Well, with the whole bowl cuts, the first time I saw those were in medieval movies, like the Friars and all that used to have them, right? And then Moe from the Three Stooges in the 30s, he seemed to have a bowl cut. And then in the 50s, I think they were giving bowl cuts in one of those kid movies. I think it might have been Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. If I'm wrong, let me know. And then, yeah, my auntie and her friend thought it would be really funny to give me a bowl cut in 1995 when I was in high school to get bullied the next day. True story, that happened. Sideburns, I mean, I know they were very fashionable back in the day. I always thought they looked kind of dirty, to be honest. Bell bottoms, I always thought they sort of looked cool. Some people still wear those every now and then today. Vintage is kind of back. But they're not really practical. They're always kind of getting in the way. And mullets, rat tails, all those things of the same ilk were never ever trendy or sexy. And it's just one of those things in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, people are afraid to admit that they ever had one. I tried to tell my mum that she gave me a mullet when I was about 2-3 years old in my baby photos, and she tried to say no, it was some kind of other style and defend it. Yeah. Let's see what we got now. Leg warmers. Well, that was in the 80s, that whole aerobics look. Just, I mean, I love the colors of the 80s and everything, but the leg warmers just looked like a bit too much. They put on way too much clothing in the 80s. Sweatbands. Hey, look, I still wear headbands. Nothing wrong. The bands are timeless. I still wear sweatbands. The Macarena. I mean, you try telling your mums and even your grandparents that the Macarena's out of fashion, right? If you go to any kind of birthday party or a wedding and the Macarena comes on, everyone is going to still get up and dance, right? Special shout out to Ike and Tina Turner, because it's the same with like the Nutbush as well. Some songs just last the test of time. It is what it is. Sagging pants. I don't mind baggy pants, but when they drop behind your butt cheeks, that's becoming a bit of a problem. Athleisure wear, that's kind of always come in and out. And, you know, kind of Lorna Jane in Australia sort of capitalized on that fashion. I think athleisure wear is kind of okay in the right circumstances as long as it doesn't look tacky. Some ladies look really sexy in that, to be honest. I guess it just depends what attire they put on, I suppose. Low-rise jeans, pair of jeans almost exposure for JJ. Yeah, look. Not going to say in certain situations that it's not a little bit hot, but, you know, sometimes you do have to leave some things to the imagination, right? Overplucked eyebrows, touch up your eyebrows so hard that only a thin line of hair is left. Not really too much of a massive problem when the ladies do it, but the metrosexual men kind of do it as well, and kind of seeing men with those kind of eyebrows is a little bit weird. Then we got the Heelys here in 2004. Every child wanted a wheel in their shoes. I mean, they're still kind of doing that. Not as often as before. But, I mean, that's neat. Like, either walking normally in your shoes or skating around at a more, I guess you could say, rush speed. As long as you're not knocking over elderly people and stuff while they're doing their shopping, I think they're neat. I mean, they still got those Crocs stores. I've never liked Crocs. I understand that they're comfortable and everything. I don't care if Crocs are 10 out of 10 comfortable. If you're like a 1 out of 10 ugly because you wear Crocs, that's kind of a problem. But, you know, you do you, boo. I mean, you live your life, right? MSN. I've got to admit, being an old-timer, I was heartbroken when MSN finally went. I used to do all my communicating and creeping on MSN. Cringy email addresses. Yes, Snapper FCW. And, oh, geez, I just told everyone on the internet my email. That's all right. You can send me fan mail if you want. Yes, I still have my original Hotmail address from the year 2000. It was like an e-wrestling federation address because I was super nerdy, and I still have it. So yes. We got wearing dress over jeans. Yeah, I don't like that. That's just tacky. Planking. I didn't realize planking went all the way back to 2008. Now I feel really old. Planking is nearly 20 years old. Not many people in my circle didn't at least plank once at the most stupidest of places. Like when I was DJing, I would plank on my DJ booth. And it's dumb, you know, old people were doing it to fit in with the young people, which is ironically probably why it stopped becoming cool. But when people were doing it on the railings of like high-rise apartment buildings and stuff, that's when it started to become a little bit stupid. Sweet Swide Step, yeah, the Justin Bieber look, yeah. What a big mop of hair that is. Why don't you go clean the floor with that mop hair? Oversharing on Facebook. I have to admit, I didn't grow up until really late in my life, and I would say up until just under a decade ago, I was probably oversharing on Facebook, thinking people actually cared about me. The reality is no one really cares about you. Everyone wants to be the star of their own movie, and that's okay. You all have to learn to be the best friends with yourself, right? Dumb Facebook groups, yeah, that still happens. Not that anyone's really on Facebook anymore. Uggs. Super comfortable and warm. Make the ladies that wear them with like night attire kind of look a little bit sluzzy. And raccoon eyes. Yeah, no, that's not good. That was never good. Jump style. I mean, I know that the shuffling phase came out around this time. You know, it kind of revived. Like shuffling was always kind of a thing with rave music and everything, but it kind of went mainstream with that LMFAO song, Everybody Shuffling. And then they started doing all that garbage. Yeah. Mustache theme I didn't even realize that was popular. Loom bands. Oh, dude, you know, you would expect people from like Byron Bay or something to wear the loom bands. You know, the new age people. You know, the kind of people that don't shame their armpits or other areas of their body. They're kind of looking like Banglo State Forest in the 1970s, if you get my drift. Loom bands were kind of a bit of a red flag for me. Probably meant that person was a little bit smelly. Now we got the Gangnam Style dance. Yeah, I mean, that didn't stand the test of time. Kind of like the Macarena and as I said, the Nutbush. With that being said, if you put on the Gangnam Style at a party filled with dorky old people that haven't been clubbing in 15 years, they're probably still going to go off. But I always thought the song Gentleman was more of a banger, to be honest. I did have some good tracks. The Cup song. Yeah, I didn't even know the Cup song. YOLO. Yeah, I'm probably showing my age, like I'm 45 next month. I still say YOLO all the time. I guess it just is what it is. It's a great, you only live once. I mean, it's a good motto to live by, within reason. Calculated risk, not reckless risk, of course, but you got to seize the day. Carpe diem, all that kind of stuff. Baseball caps high on head. So it wasn't enough just to wear them backwards. You actually had to put them high on the head. Okay, I don't remember that. Fair enough. Flappy Bird. Dude, I mean, that was the biggest flash in the pan, I think, of, like, last decade, right? Flappy Bird, everyone was onto it, and then I think the Vietnamese developer just couldn't handle the overnight fame, and then removed it. And I remember people were, like, selling their old iPhones with Flappy Bird installed, and they were selling for, like, thousands of dollars. It was crazy. I think I have an iPhone 3 or 4 still with Flappy Bird, which I could probably cash in on, but, you know, I think the phase is over. I don't think anyone cares about Flappy Bird anymore. Selfie sticks. I mean, we're all content creators now these days. You still got to use a selfie stick to do your thing. Comedy ringtones. I never really got caught in that. Not since the whole polyphonic ones in the 2000s. You know, Crazy Frog. Ring, ding, 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 ding. You know, I kind of got into it a little bit then, but I was already over it by that point. The peace sign is kind of timeless. Hey, nothing wrong with the peace sign. Duck face. So, was that when... There's two types of duck faces, right? You know, one where the ladies get those stupid lip injections. And seriously, usually women that are already, like, objectively beautiful get the duck lips. And they just, like, lose 3 points immediately. Like, why ruin yourself like that? And then you got the other silly bitches, like, putting their lips in the glass jar, which was around probably just after this. Like, putting oxygen and pressure into their lips and then taking the glass off. And then they freaking look like... Bubba Gum Shrimp Co., if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, duck face is not good. It's never been sexy, ladies. Stop doing it. The mirror flash selfie. Oh, dude, that was so big 10 years ago, hey. And I kind of understand, like, it sort of did have a nice effect, actually, for taking photos and everything. Like, I'm all about photography and effects and everything. I'm with the lingo. But, I mean, it did become a little bit too cliche after a while. Speaking of cliche, I mean, everyone was dabbing, yeah. I didn't realize dabbing was already 10 years ago. The Snapchat dog filter, I mean, yeah, that was a flash in the pan. I remember that. Beanies. Yeah, about 10 years ago, I bought a whole pile of beanies. Maybe a little bit less than 10 years ago. But the problem is that was around this time period, coincidentally, I started noticing my receding hairline. So I thought maybe I'd get into the whole beanie phase, but it turns out this headband's better at, showing the hair that I do have and hiding the hair that I don't have, if that makes sense. So it is what it is. Pokemon Go, wow. I mean, it was crazy. Like, I would just go into a park in, like, a really quiet suburban area, right? And then I'll be, like, going up against a gym tower back in 2016. And just when I think I'm about to win, I end up losing. And I turn around and you'd see a car screech off, even in a really quiet side of town. It was nuts. You just never know who's hanging around, right? And then we'd go to South Bank, a busy part of Brisbane. When the phase was first big in, like, the first 2 weeks, there was, like, thousands of people doing Pokemon Go in South Bank. It was nuts. It's still a popular game today, but geez, I mean, it was literally stopping traffic, crashing cars, oh man, it was nuts. I'd hate to see how people handle an apocalyptic situation like zombies and stuff, eh? I've already seen the toilet paper during my Sharona. Fidget spinners, oh gosh. So, for those of you who watch me on the regular, I'm a frequent visitor to Thailand because my girlfriend lives there. And if you go to, like, a party district, a tourist district of Thailand, they still sell fidget spinners on the street there because they still think it's 2017, God bless them. I don't know if anyone's ever buying them. But, I mean, kudos to the people that work in the markets in Thailand. They milk fads for as long as they can. But it's been so long, I feel like I still had hair when those things were cool, to be honest. But, okay. Yeah, so that's about it. That's the whole list. Well, we want to thank you, Infinite Comparison. There's probably a lot more from after this, like, stupid dumb stuff like Tide Pods and everything, which I'm glad is not on the list, and a few other things. Let me know what was missed out on this, but really interesting. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.